Hey guys, and welcome to episode 13 of Live with Lewis. I'm Matthew Lewis, and here we have Dustin Burchett. He is a man of many talents. Roll the intro. Dustin, I'm so happy to have you here.
I am glad to be here, man.
So
I really am. This is my first podcast.
Really, I love podcasting. It's kind of become a good niche of mine. But so everyone knows that I start off with my questions. So where does Dustin Burchett come from?
I'm from Grayson, Kentucky, born and raised. Been there all my life. I don't really have any intentions of moving.
Okay.
Maybe moving to Florida in the wintertime or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. East Carter.
East Carter, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, didn't their schools merge?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
They're in the process. It's probably 10 years down the road, but it's happening.
Really? Yeah. I heard somebody I work with used to go there. Like, yeah, all the schools are coming to one. I'm like, that's going to be a pretty big school, man.
Big one, yeah.
We're see, I'm familiar with West Carter.
Right.
I'm not that familiar with East Carter.
It's going to the way that they've talked about it. Like I said, man, it's hearsay.
Yeah.
It's here. You hear all kinds of stuff, but the way there's a center point right between the two counties.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing, is going to put it right in that center point. So they're searching for land right now.
It has to be. I mean,
and that's tough.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's one thing that is not, they're not making anymore of that.
It's land. Yeah. It's like around here.
Yeah.
Morehead's booming.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, 801 and all that. It's crazy. So, did you go to high school in Grayson?
East Carter.
East Carter. Mm-hmm. So you've been to, like, you're in there.
Die hard, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Went to graduated in 2003 and then went straight into a technical college.
Okay.
Got an associate's degree as a diesel mechanic.
Really?
Yeah.
That was my next question. Did you go to college?
Yeah, and then growing up, my grandparents and my uncles and stuff was around equipment.
Right.
Worked at the coal docks up on 23 and stuff like that. So I thought, I'm going to get into diesel, go up there and work. Well, as everybody knows, coal fell plumb completely out. So then I'm sitting here thinking, man, what am I going to do now? I've got this degree, and then ended up going and working at a steel mill for 10 years.
Is that in Ashland?
Actually, yeah, it'd be between Boyd County and Carter County. There was a little small steel mill there off the interstate. It wasn't AK Steel.
All right.
It's called Kentucky Electric. But yeah, that's kind of where I got my roots and got my hands, dirty and stuff like that, and learn a lot.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So how long did you work there?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, man. Started there when I was 19. I was finishing college when I started there. And
that's cool.
Yeah, man. Great job. Great guys. Learned a whole lot.
Yeah. Is it still open?
No. Well, I take that back. They did open back up under another company.
Okay. Because I know AK Steel,
it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
That place is demolished, man.
Yeah, my wife, she's from Ashland. She said that and Marathon was like the places you wanted to
work. Yeah, it's tough, man, especially when you take 23, down, and I mean, they've just leveled the place.
Yeah, we I think we're up there 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she was like, this is awful.
Yeah,
she said there's no, she grew up in Summit. If you know where Summit's at, she grew up there, and she said that they would go down there to, can't remember where it was, but and then she'd drive by it all the time. She said it looks completely different.
Yeah, politics destroyed that.
Yeah, I don't know nothing. Like I said, she knows a whole lot more about it than I do. But so are you married?
I am. Been married 20 plus years.
Really?
Yes, we're high school teenager sweethearts.
That's awesome.
Yep, got a little girl. She's at home sick right now, but then we take care of full custody of my niece. And so she's my girl too.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm working on my second year. I'm on year 2.
There you go.
So we're still together. So might as well stay the rest of our lives.
Yeah, man. It's good to have somebody beside you.
Right.
It's not behind you. It's beside you.
Yeah.
So yeah. Support, man, especially in this stuff right here that you're doing. You've got to have it.
fully
Mhm.
Skylar, she is fully supportive of everything I do, and I really appreciate her for it. And without her, I don't think that, because she's actually the one, like, I talked about doing this for 2 or 3 years, and then she finally said, I think what she said was, I'm tired of you talking about it. You just need to do it.
I tell you what, man, when I first, I've been playing, and singing and writing songs and stuff since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I remember when I first got the notion to play the guitar, I knew a couple chords. My grandparents showed me a couple chords along the way. Yeah, you know how that goes. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, when I got into it, I remember I come home, my wife was pregnant, and I gave her a box of earplugs. And I
Yeah.
said, "You're going to need these for at least a year."
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a fun road, man.
Right. Yeah. So when did you actually when did you, I know you said that you started playing when you was a kid. When did you take it when did you start taking it serious?
I was probably 23, 24 when I really decided to buckle down, find some guys. I mean, I'd always sketched, wrote some songs, just
Right.
wrote some words down. I was always doing that. I mean, even, from a young kid. I mean, I'm talking first grade. I can
Yeah.
remember writing songs in the first grade. But like 23, 24 is when I guess I got a better head on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And growing up,
Well,
and of course,
I'm 24.
we'll see. Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
good age.
it's a great age.
Yeah.
And that's when I believe, started taking it real serious.
Yeah.
Getting some guys together, meeting, musicians and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
So how have you always been with the same band? Or?
I mean, of course, there's been some that's come and go.
Yeah.
But Daryl has been with me almost from the beginning.
Yeah.
Daryl Crawford, he's probably the best drummer that's literally, man. And I say this, I've played, jammed with many musicians,
Yeah.
but when it comes to drumming, that dude has got it. He's
Yeah.
got the timing. He's just a machine.
Right. Well, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How,
And
how
then
go ahead.
Phil, he's a guitar player. He's been with me for a while. That's my best friend. We've got, we do some business together. We're partners and stuff. But my brother-in-law, Chris Rogers, he plays guitar with us. And then Tom Olson, he's from West Virginia, originally from Grayson. He
Yeah.
plays bass.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So so you sing, you play guitar.
Play acoustic.
Is there anything else you
I can play a little bit of piano. Honestly, just really haven't had the time to sit down.
Yeah.
They say that it's a lot like a guitar, but I've yet to figure that out.
Yeah.
Strumming and hitting keys is different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun, man.
Yeah. My phone just started playing piano. It really did.
Read our mind.
Yeah. That's crazy. So have you always kind of stayed around here? Or have you done
play music?
Yeah. Or have you played on the road or?
Yes, man. We actually have. I mean, we just got, is 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks. We was in Nashville. We had a gig. We played a festival down there. I mean, we've played, we go to Corbin, Kentucky, play. We go to West Virginia. We play in Ohio. Actually, we're working on a gig right now in Key West in February.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, we're doing some traveling.
Yeah.
Just when we get the chance and the opportunity.
Yeah.
Of course, we've got full-time jobs, so that sucks. But
yeah, I was talking with Daryl. He said, "Yeah, when you got to think we all have full-time jobs."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow."
And like right now, if we've made it. I mean, we've done some pretty cool stuff, man, as musicians. I mean, especially from this area.
Right.
Met some really cool people and got to do some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's not all about having a #1 hit on the radio, which would be great.
Yeah.
But
we still got time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm not going to stop, but there's just so much, man, that gets involved with that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, every musician, I mean, you can ask them. I mean, they know the business is so cutthroat.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. That's why all these musicians are going independent.
Yeah.
I mean, when a record label wants 70%,
A little tough.
Yeah, not what you work your butt off.
Yeah. And that probably takes all the fun out of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. There's a time when it's business, and then there's a time, most of it's fun, but there is a time when you have to consider it a business.
Yeah.
When you're negotiating a price or something like that.
Right.
Of course. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's fun to get out there and play. And the festivals, fairs and festivals, we do quite a few of those. I like to do the fairs and festivals because my daughter can come.
Yeah.
And she gets up on stage and she can play and sing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man.
That is sweet.
That's what I always tell people. Look, if it isn't my time, it might be her time.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So I was talking with Daryl the other day, and he said one time whenever he was in Nashville, there was some kind of awards or something like that.
The Josie Awards.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Yeah, that's actually we went down a month ago, and it was actually on the 24th of October. It's been 2 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, went down. We played the festival, and then Sunday was the awards, and we was guests at the Grand Ole Opry House.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Cool. It's really cool, man, not to be there as a viewer, but as a guest.
Yeah.
It's just a kind of a different atmosphere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never been there.
Yeah, it's just really, that was a humble experience, man. Getting nominated for male vocalist, and then single of the year for the independent music artist. I mean, 1.8% of the people that was nominated got nominated.
Wow.
That's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
That's there's hundreds of thousands of people that enter that.
Yeah.
So I mean, just to be nominated in my book
was amazing.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
That is really
so
nice.
Cool. So let's turn the tables a little bit. What do you kind of do besides playing music?
Well, I own an excavating business, which really has been keeping us busy. We have a rental business. Then me and a couple buddies were in the process of opening a dairy bar in Grayson.
A dairy bar?
Yeah.
What's a dairy?
Like a shake shop.
Oh,
like
that's
the old
awesome.
1970s thing.
Yeah.
Stuff, man. That's what we're going to shoot for.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then a bread route. So
bread route.
Yeah. Haul bread, sell bread to Walmarts and Kroger's.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
so all kinds of stuff. And
yeah.
My wife, she does embroidering.
Yeah.
She makes merchandise and hats and all that stuff.
Yeah. You get some merch out there.
Yes. We're working on it, man.
Yeah.
It's just where we're so busy with everything else we've got.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. At least make one so I can wear it.
Well, yeah, for sure. I will definitely make that hook me up with something.
Yeah.
But I will say that, being busy, you have to take some time for family.
That's what, yeah. I that hit close to home.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm at kinda, because I'm getting pulled 50,000 different ways. Mm-hmm. And my wife, she works at night. She works nights. She's a nurse at St. Clair. And she works nights. So I just get to see her. I get off work at 4, and then she goes into work. She leaves the house at 6. So I only get to see her for like 2 hours. And I'm like,
yeah, just patience and some family time, man. I mean, even if it's in the process of working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I tell everybody, being, a businessman or whatever you want to call it, nowadays you have to be involved in 2 or 3 things,
right? Just to keep afloat. Yeah.
And a younger generation don't really understand that, but you have to.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to be living paycheck to paycheck, and it's that puts a lot of
that in itself. Just working to live paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. And
the thing about that is if you find somebody that will give you that advice to do something like that. I worked at the steel mill, and I had Philip, my guitar player, he's like, you'll know when it's time to quit, because I was wanting to do something,
right,
do my own. And he was like, you'll know when it's time. And he was right.
Yeah.
You know, I knew when it was time, and I was like, adios.
Yeah.
Let's do my own thing.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping this will take off a little bit, and then this can be my second business venture after the
Yes.
plant board.
There you go, man.
So you said that you done the rentals and the construction stuff, and so which one came first?
Excavating. No, I take that back. Rentals.
Rentals came 1st.
Yes. Yeah, there's a very high demand.
Yeah.
And
well, Grayson, you have KCU.
Yes, exactly.
That's like here. I mean, rentals around here, they're popping.
It's very tough to get in this market in Moorhead.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay way too much for something, and it's going to take you forever to get out of it, or you're going to have to build your way out of it. As somebody told me, they're like, look, if you pay too much for it, just have to build your way out of it. And so right now, that's not a good place to be.
No, definitely not.
But I will say, that it is a good business to be in, if you do it right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's it's makes you comfortable.
Yeah. I'm sure sometimes you're pulling your hair out though, whenever.
Yeah. Like last night when they called and flooded an apartment building. Yeah. But that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bound to. I mean,
yeah.
So after the rentals, then you started the excavating. So what do you do with that?
Well, we build house seats, septic systems, we build roads, small roads, of course. I consider myself a medium because I don't have big equipment,
right?
But I do go out and kind of help other places from time to time with some of the smaller equipment that I do have. Got a blacktop paver that we're going to start paving parking lots and driveways and stuff next spring.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, and it's crazy, man, in the world, the time that we're in right now. I mean, it's still busy.
Yeah.
I mean, people are still building, they're still coming here from other places.
Yeah.
That's
it seems like around here they tear down one house and then they put back 10 apartments.
Yes.
And it's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what's blown my mind here the past 2 years in this area is the people moving here from the bigger cities.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that you see that being on, the plant board or whatever, with people moving here, but that has really blown my mind.
I mean, they're coming from all over.
And they're not even looking at these places. They're buying these farms online.
And then coming, yeah. There was a guy, I think it was out Cranston. He we went to go turn on his gas or whatever, and I was like, oh, so where are you guys from? He was from California.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did you find Moorhead, Kentucky? And that's what he said. He said, well, I found it online and then I just bought it. I said, you didn't come look at it first? And he said, no. He said, I called the real estate agent and they said it was a good deal. So I jumped all over it.
Yep.
I'm like, wow.
Yep.
That is insane.
Yeah. I've done a job just a couple months ago for some people. They lived in New Jersey and they bought the land. They bought a 100-acre farm online. They sent trail cameras to the real estate agent. He put the trail cameras up. They bought a nice, one of the biggest mobile homes you could buy, put it there, and will not be here till the first of the year.
Really?
So there's a brand new home with a 100-acre farm in between Carter County and Elliott County with nobody there.
Golly, that would scare me to death.
I'm sitting here thinking, man, but I mean, it's not anything new, it's not shocking because I mean, it's just unbelievable the people that are moving here.
Yeah. Yes. And you can see just out there at 801, just it's booming.
Yeah.
Like there's so much going on everywhere.
Yes.
It's crazy.
But that's the world's growing in itself.
Yeah.
So
yeah, hopefully we'll be a part of it.
Man, that's the whole thing, just the technology.
Yeah.
And this stuff, right? You wouldn't have been doing this 20 years from now, or
20 years ago. Yeah. There ain't no way.
No.
I talked to my dad about it, and he said, "How do I watch that?" And I'm just like, "Well, you can watch it here."
Yeah, just pick your phone up. Man.
Yeah, you can. You got the world in your hand.
Yes, that's the truth, man.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody, you know, all the time, you know, social media is good and bad in
At the
itself.
same time.
I mean, it helps you in so many ways, but yet it hurts you in so many ways.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's just like the kids nowadays, man. They're missing out on so much.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm sure you did when you was a kid, but I mean, I used to run the hills.
Yeah, I used to go outside and play. Go be in the woods for hours.
Play.
Yeah.
I mean, it and you know, like my daughter, she is one of the toughest kids you'll ever know, and I instill that in her. You know, she goes and helps with the rental houses. You know, if they need cleaned or if they need painted, she can do that. You know, she knows how to drive the equipment. You know, she don't know how to use it.
Right.
But I try to instill that in her. You know, because it's just something that is lost, I feel.
Yeah, you see it everywhere.
Yeah, and you know, they're all the time looking at a phone, which I mean, I can't say that I am too.
Right.
I mean, I'd probably have a heart attack. I mean, but people calling you all the time needing something, or wanting something. But when you are in business,
that's your
lifeline.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
If your phone goes down, it's like with me where I work at the plant board. If my phone was to die right now, I'd probably have a heart attack.
Yeah,
just because I can't. No one can get a hold of me.
No, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy. Like, you know, sitting here talking to you, and it's on silent.
Yeah,
but there's probably going to be somebody call me or message me, hey man, can you get me a load of gravel tomorrow?
Yeah,
you know, and I'm thinking, but it's a lifeline.
Yeah, it's how we get by.
Yep.
And so another thing that I was going to ask you about, double or triple A mechanical.
That's it.
Oh, is that the construction? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I didn't know if it was.
Yep. That's the excavating.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's
triple A mechanical, man. Yep. It's growing. We've bought a new shop and we're adding to it. So yeah, we do everything, man. We do snow removal. We do tree trim. We do septics. I mean, everything.
Really?
You know, that pretty much anything you can think of, medium to small size excavating. We do.
You fix water leaks or anything like that?
Well, no. I mean, because you got to be a licensed plumber to deal with water line.
Do you have to fix them? I really don't know.
You have to. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. How they have that, but like I'm a licensed septic installer.
Right.
Okay, I install from the tank to the leach lines.
Yeah.
And I can't touch anything from the tank to the house.
Okay.
It has to be a licensed plumber.
Okay.
So I have to pull a septic permit.
Yeah.
And then the plumber has to come in and pull another permit to do that. And I mean, but I get it, man. You know, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say anything because I deal with them all the time. You know, the inspectors and stuff. But, you know, it's just, it's crazy. I mean, all the permits that has to be pulled to do something.
Just to build a house. I mean, just because me and my wife, we was talking about building a house and I kind of looked into it a little bit.
Yeah.
You got a plumbing permit, you got a septic permit,
you got a building permit.
You got a building permit, you got an electricity permit or something like that.
Yeah. And I being the septic installer have to pull the electric permit. And the reason being is they don't want you to go out and turn your electric on and then just run your sewer over the hill.
That makes sense.
So being a licensed installer, I have to pull the electric permit to make sure that the septic's done. So it's done right.
Right.
And you would not believe how many homes are like that.
Yeah.
Especially older homes.
Right. Yeah. That's all I knew though. I mean, back in the day, that's all.
Right.
That's all they knew.
Yes.
That's like, I mean, around here, well, around town and everything, obviously, that's all sanitary sewer and stuff. But there's places I've seen.
Yeah. And, you know, putting, I deal with a few of the, I help them with the trailers or mobile homes or whatever. And you not believe where they put these places.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Or, you know, somebody will be like, well, I need a house seat built up here. Okay, you're going to build up there? Yeah, we're going to build up. Well, how are you going to get the material up there?
Airlift with the helicopter.
Yeah, and you're thinking, you want a road up there? Yeah, that's going to be an expensive road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just busy right now. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been busy because I mean, if it's anything like us, like it's just rolling. Everything's
Mhm.
rolling. Everyone's trying to make up for lost time.
That's
I
the
feel like.
truth, man, because the prices of stuff, of lumber especially, have come way down.
Yeah.
Not where they should be, but they're lower.
Better than they
They're
was.
lower. Yeah. I mean, we were in the process of building some duplexes when COVID hit.
Really?
Yeah. So we had to kind of pull back on everything that we were doing. And that process was just horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, horrible to deal with.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So what other projects you think you got going on, music wise or job wise?
Well, we're going to be, me and Philip are playing in Vanceburg Friday night.
Okay.
At Riverbend Pub and Grill. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Never been.
Place.
I don't leave Morehead much.
It's nice, man. Tim, the guy that owns it, he always welcomes us. It's a small place, but it's one of my favorite places to play.
Really?
Yep. And then we're trying to get in the studio before spring to cut another couple songs. We do have a couple songs out on all
Music?
digital music outlets.
I've listened.
So that right there, man, is probably one of the coolest things to do, is sit down in a studio and record.
So where do you go do that at?
We
Lexington?
We go to Tennessee and do
Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah, you just get a different sound.
Yeah.
I mean, we have recorded locally, and no offense, but the sound's just different.
Different mentality.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, it does, man. It does, and that's like, they say, play for one person like you would play for 1,000.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it don't work that way. You know what I mean? It just does not work that way. I mean, you can want to put that in your mind, but when it comes to it, it don't work that way.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But when you go to a little place like Riverbend, I mean, it's really small. When there's 50 to 100 people there, it feels like there's 1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just I can vouch for that and say that ain't the way it works.
So do you
being honest?
Do you so whenever you do play, do you like playing the bigger? This is probably a dumb question. Do you like playing for the bigger crowds or smaller crowds?
That is a good question. I mean, I like to go to Austin City in Lexington. That's my favorite place to play.
Yeah.
Austin Bashir, that owns that place, man, he welcomed us down there. It took me forever to get in there because that is such a what's historical,
really?
To the area. Yeah. Oh yeah. That place is, I mean, that's where Eddie Montgomery, John Michael Montgomery, all them people played in Lexington.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was that place. And to get in there, it took me a few years.
Yeah.
And
had to get your credit up.
Yes, exactly. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, am I not good enough to play this place?
Yeah.
But I understand now, he was letting me grow before he got us in there.
Right.
So we've created a crowd base there. And I mean, we sell the place out every time we go.
That's awesome.
So, I told him he was he's wanting to, book us every 6 weeks. And just like I tell Adam up here at Frankie's, I'm like, hey, don't let us wear our welcome out.
Right.
I mean, because if AC/DC played somewhere every weekend, people would get tired.
Going, yeah.
So, but Austin City, that's probably definitely my favorite place to play. And then, like always, Frankie's. I mean, it's kind of like a hometown crowd,
right?
If that means even though we're a couple or a county away, that it's kind of like a hometown crowd.
Yeah, it seems like every time I go to Frankie's, I see everybody I know. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like Cheers.
It's exactly. Yeah, I get that tenfold. So I ask this question to everyone that comes on. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I mean, besides, here, I mean, Panama City Beach.
Panama City Beach.
Yeah, that'd be my second home.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been.
It's definitely a nice place.
Is it?
Yeah, we go every year around the end of July, 1st of August. If I was going to go anywhere besides here, that's where it would be.
That's sweet. Yeah.
And the thing about that is down there is, there's there's opportunity there too.
Yeah.
Especially with a diesel mechanics degree like I've got, there's nobody hardly that works on boats down there.
Really?
Yeah, and they have diesel engines in these big charter boats.
Yeah.
So, they call somebody from Alabama or somebody because there's nobody there that does it. So if something happens, they have to wait for hours for these people to come work on. So, of course, like I said, that's a business opportunity.
Right.
But if I was going, it'd be Panama City Beach.
Panama City Beach. Yeah. I'll have to go check it out.
It's fun, man. It's you can get a flight, from Cincinnati or even Huntington in the summertime. I mean, dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, you could fly there for probably $100.
I don't like to fly.
And within an hour and a half, you're on the beach. Oh, that drive will. It's like being a caged dog.
Yeah.
All day,
Yeah.
But we drove it one time, and I was like, never again.
See, on my first, I've only flew once, and on my first flight, everyone told me it'll be fine. It's fine. They said you're more likely to die in a car crash than you are in a plane going down. And I said, okay, that's all right. Well, I was a nervous wreck, as you know. I was a nervous wreck, and we got on the plane, and we was on maybe an hour. And my wife was on this side and my sister-in-law was on this side, and they were both asleep. And I was like, I don't know how you guys are sleeping. We're in the air. But I heard a thud. I freaked out, woke everybody up. I'm like, hey, I heard a thud. There's something going on. And my wife said, you're just overreacting. You should calm down. Okay. So we made it to the airport. We touched down and everything. The landing was smooth, and there was 5 fire trucks on the runway. And my father-in-law said, man, that'd be crazy if that was for us. It was for us. We had an engine fail. We was running on 3 engines.
Well, at least they didn't tell you before you hit the ground.
Well, see, I don't think they would have, just for the simple fact that everyone would have went in mass hysteria.
Yeah.
But no, he said, man, that'd been crazy if that was for us. And it was. And I thought about it. I said, well, if I leave right now, we went to Seattle. I said, if we leave right now, if I start driving right now, they'll still beat me back, but I'll make it back. But on the flight back, I was already expecting the worst, but it was all right. Yeah. There was nothing wrong with that flight.
Everybody has mixed feelings on flights, know. I was on one, we were coming back. It's been probably 3 years ago, but we was coming back, and I don't know, man, something like my ears didn't pop. When you when you're going up, man, and they always tell you to chew gum or something like that. And we were descending, and man, it felt like my head was going to explode.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had to close my eyes, and I was about ready to just, I don't know what was happening, but it was probably one of the worst pains that I'd ever felt in my life.
Well, see, whenever we landed, I had that feeling, and it lasted like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I could feel it behind my eyeball, man. And I'm sitting here thinking, this has never happened before.
Yeah. And I was, you do the trick, you blow your nose and stuff. I tried that, like my nose was raw.
Yeah.
I was trying it so much, and they just wouldn't pop. And then whenever we landed back, I think we landed in Cincinnati. I think which airport's still in Kentucky, but
Cincinnati.
Okay,
yeah. Covington.
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah. We landed there, and then they popped, and that was the biggest. I mean, it was the biggest relief because we landed, and it was the biggest relief because my ears popped.
It's crazy, man, but I felt that same feeling before.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
No, you'd get. I would have paid a pretty good penny for my ears just to pop.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But Dustin, this has been awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Loved it. It's like I said, my first podcast, and hopefully
we'll have you back
for sure. Man. We'll get into detail with some other stuff.
Yeah,
get into the details of some real estate or something like that.
Yeah. Where can everybody reach you?
You can check us out on Facebook, Dustin Burchett Music, Dustin Burchett, and KentuckyClear.com. We do have a website that's actually kind of fresh. That's where merchandise is going to be. But you can check us out on all the social media for the shows coming up and then next year's shows. But we have some pretty good things in the works. A lot of people, a lot of the fairs and festivals, they start booking around February.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of gearing up for that, to hopefully add a few more festivals this summer.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
But yeah, man. And then, check the music out. We've got 2 songs, actually 3 songs out, all digital downloads. So you can go to Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you want, and buy the songs.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
That's sweet. Guys, if you don't care, check out Dustin. Just he's playing, around here or in Austin City and Lexington. And just make sure you subscribe. Just subscribe to Live with Lewis. I need to get my subscriptions up. And
yes, for sure. Yeah.
Just make sure you drop a like on this video.
And we will be in Moorhead the 17th of December. So that's next week.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
Yeah. Check him out. Come see him.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.